Am I the a-hole for not telling my girlfriend about my daughter's phobia? I, 50 male, have been dating my girlfriend, let's call her Sarah, 45 female, for a little over a year. I have 2 kids, a 16-year-old daughter and a 13-year-old son. When my daughter was just 4, she nearly drowned during a swim lesson. Ever since, she's had an intense phobia of water. It's so severe that she refuses to take baths and will only shower. My son, on the other hand, is a great swimmer. Still, my daughter, being the older sibling, is very protective of him, especially around water. Sarah's parents have a pool at their house, and today we were invited over for a pool party to celebrate one of Sarah's nephew's birthdays. He's actually become good friends with my son, so both kids were invited. I told my daughter multiple times that she didn't have to come. I said I'd check in with her, and she could stay home or hang out with friends if she preferred. But she insisted on coming with us to the party. As expected, she became tense and irritable near the pool. That's a common reaction for her, but to anyone who doesn't know the backstory, she probably just came across as a moody teenager being overly controlling with her brother. At one point, Sarah started criticizing her for bossing him around. Eventually, my daughter snapped, she yelled, "I don't want my brother to drown," and ran off crying. Sarah looked at me, completely confused. So I quietly explained what happened to my daughter when she was little and that she has a serious water phobia. Sarah was furious that I hadn't told her earlier. She accused me of being a bad father and an asshole for not warning her and for letting people think my daughter was just being difficult. I told her that this isn't something my daughter is proud of. She doesn't like talking about it, and I don't feel it's my place to share her trauma with others unless she chooses to. She's old enough to speak for herself if she wants to. Sarah didn't take that well. She called me a horrible dad and stormed off. I ended up leaving the party early with my kids, and we haven't spoken since. Sarah told me to leave her alone for a few days. So, am I the a-hole? Top comments. You are the a-hole for 1, allowing your daughter to force her way to a pool party where you knew this would happen too, claiming, "I don't need to tell everyone," yet allowing her to attend your girlfriend's pool party while withholding this info from someone you have been dating for a year. 3, not putting your daughter in therapy. Also, how does your 13-year-old excellent swimmer feel about your daughter constantly projecting and bossing him around? I'd be irritated so much if my parents didn't step up and deal with my sister who is constantly shouting over me. Also, if that was my house and someone brought a moody teenager who kept yelling at her sibling and ruining the mood, I would ask them not bring the teenager over to my pool party again. Honestly surprised that the daughter didn't pass her fear of water along to her brother by constantly shouting at him while in water. That has to be dizzying as a young child, feeling as if there might be danger or you're doing something wrong, along with just annoying the older you get that you can't properly enjoy the notion of swimming. You're doing a disservice to your daughter. Her phobia isn't an excuse to be moody or irritable to those around her, along with being bossy, and deciding for her brother what he does in a pool. Speaking to a professional over her fear of water may be beneficial for her, and I suggest you look into it if you have not already. With the question on hand, I do feel as if you set up your girlfriend to fail. You knew that this situation would be stressful for your daughter, and have the potential of her acting out. It would have been a more than helpful heads up to your girlfriend so that the tension wouldn't escalate and problems wouldn't have arose the way they did. You are the a-hole. You are the a-hole, for sure. Your daughter, a teenager, is still very much your responsibility and therefore you're in charge of keeping her safe. If you do not disclose this information with the people you keep around her, something can happen. How do you think Sarah would feel if there had been an accident due to her ignorance of the phobia? She's your partner, who will, presumably, spend a lot of time with your kids. Also, have you taken your daughter to therapy to process her trauma? If not, that makes you an even bigger a-hole. You are the a-hole. You have failed your daughter in not getting her help for this trauma, and I say that as someone who had a drowning scare as a toddler myself. You further failed your girlfriend and daughter in letting them go into this situation unaware and unprepared. The adults you had in charge of your kids didn't know she had this trauma. Did they know the minor near their pool couldn't swim? For something like that, the embarrassment of not knowing how to swim is nothing if someone tried to do one of those awfully common pranks of pushing people into a pool. And this incident further adds negativity to your daughter's associations with water and will make it harder for her to ever address the issue. Letting your daughter panic and try to control her brother isn't appropriate. She needs help to have better strategies to cope. And hopefully techniques so that she can work through some of the fear, from a place where anyone around is supportive and helpful. Her being around people yelling at her for the bad coping strategy she has can make the whole issue worse. You are the a-hole. You set your girlfriend up to fail, and worse, you set your daughter up to fail. You put your daughter in a situation which you knew was going to be high stress, you haven't helped her develop coping mechanisms for it, and you didn't prepare your girlfriend, who has an unwritten duty of care to kids around water, to deal with your daughter's very predictable meltdown. You owe both of them an apology, and if your daughter hasn't had counseling for this, get her some.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe for daily life stories.